I never had much luck leading men and being their friend.
From news of Kevin Costner signing off from Yellowstone to his character's uncertain future on the show, fans have quite a lot to worry about. But why exactly is Costner leaving the show? Well, I've done some digging and I found out why. His departure actually has multiple reasons. Yes, you heard that right. There isn't just one real reason, but several why he won't be returning to the series. I've narrowed them down into 3 major causes, which I'll be diving into. One of the main reasons behind Kevin's departure from Yellowstone is reportedly due to contract negotiations. According to sources close to the show, he was looking for a substantial pay raise for his role as John Dutton, but the producers weren't willing to meet his demands. Negotiations reportedly broke down, and as a result, he made the decision to leave the show. Another reason behind his departure could be creative differences with the show's creator and writer, Taylor Sheridan. According to reports, there were some disagreements between the two on the direction of the show and the development of his character. This could have ultimately led to his decision to part ways with the series. It's also worth noting that Costner is quite a busy man. He's involved in various other projects, including film productions and music tours, which could have played a role in his decision to leave Yellowstone. It's possible that he simply didn't have the time to commit to a long-running TV series like Yellowstone. Now, I know that all of this begs a really important question. What could Kevin Costner's exit from Yellowstone mean for its future? For that, I'll have to see how losing John Dutton's character will affect the show. If the series is going on without him, the million-dollar question is, how will they work his absence into the story? Well, one of John's most admirable qualities is his determination to stay put on the Yellowstone ranch, no matter what. This means that his character won't be able to leave the show happily, riding off into the sunset. I know it's sad, but killing John Dutton off is the only logical way to get Costner out of the series. So far, I don't know how it'll be done, but I know the creative minds behind the show will be able to conjure up something. For now, fans will just have to wait and see what happens. But what will that mean for the rest of the show's characters?
Yeah, well, you slept. That's what matters.
Can I try some?
No, stunt your growth.
What does that mean?
Well, it could really throw off the conflict's main premise, but that depends on how they deal with his death, since it seems like his children are not so dedicated to keeping the ranch as it is. It's sad, but not surprising. In fact, his daughter and strongest ally, Beth, has said outright that she doesn't care what happens to the ranch after her father dies, but as long as he's still alive, she'll fight for it. If she doesn't have a reason to stay, could her character also be written off? I don't think so. The show won't be able to survive both of those deaths, but maybe Beth's relationship with Rip and her brother Jamie would make her stay and fight. Rip has said he'll die on the ranch, and the last episode of season 5 ended with Beth and Jamie talking about whether both of them should die or not. If that's where the story is headed, then chances are a bloody sibling battle full of greed and family vengeance could be one of the few ways to keep the story going as John's children fight to fill the power void he would leave. Yes, even more drama. Who doesn't love it? Though this would be a first for the Yellowstone universe, because the Duttons have never fought each other before, and so it'll be quite interesting to see how this pans out. Costner's departure could mean Jamie's growing distance from his family over the last season. This could lead to a full-scale civil war among the Duttons. John's death will literally blow everything out of proportion. Though, that's enough about the future of the show. Where exactly is the show right now? At the moment, it's in the middle of its 5th season. The first 8 episodes of the season aired back in November 2022, and the second half of the show's planned 8 episodes will premiere later this year. So far, there has been no confirmation of a season 6 renewal. Throughout its run, Yellowstone has consistently drawn huge audiences and solid ratings, making it one of Paramount's most popular shows ever. It resulted in the series co-creator Taylor Sheridan and Paramount signing a sizable overall agreement. Sheridan has subsequently expanded the franchise with the prequels 1883 and 1923. While I'm happy that the franchise is not going to die out, the real question here is, how does this affect the business at Paramount?
Good morning, Grandpa.
Listen. It's a cowell.
Reports from anonymous sources describe Kevin Costner as refusing to work for more than a week in the second half of the season premiering this summer. And allegedly, this is due to his devotion to his Western passion project, Horizon, which is in the middle of shooting. It seems like Paramount Plus doesn't have its talent and schedule in order, and that unlike the ranch hands at Yellowstone Dutton, it can't keep its production herd moving forward. This may sound harsh, but it's true. Although the Hollywood Reporter has been told that filming for the second half of Yellowstone season will begin in March, it's become increasingly unlikely that this will actually happen. I really do hope that's not the case. But the dispute has brought up the shocking possibility that the most watched drama on television could be canceled before its intended runtime. But the thing is, if Yellowstone were to undergo a hard reset, the majority of its characters, storyline, and setting would be incorporated into a new show. This would provide Paramount the opportunity to acquire the streaming rights to the series moving forward, because it would be considered a new entity after the reset. Who knows what will happen? But now that Costner really is leaving, there's one actor who could potentially replace him on the show, and he's none other than Josh Lucas. Perhaps Paramount's using this as a public negotiation ploy to get Costner to sign on the dotted line, but it seems the actor's ready to move on regardless. Considering the franchise's track record, the cancellation of Yellowstone doesn't necessarily have to signal the end of the brand. Having said that, there's another option available that could potentially take Dutton's place, and that, obviously, is Josh Lucas. From the very first season, he's been introduced in flashbacks as a young John Dutton. It might seem skeptical to some fans, but he has the potential. The scenes he was in focused on significant events in the Dutton family's history, such as the tragic horse riding accident in which Dutton's wife was killed. Even though there isn't much of a physical resemblance between Costner and Lucas, the actor managed to capture the spirit of the older actor. Plus, Yellowstone audiences absolutely adore Lucas, who finally made his long-awaited comeback during Season 5, after being absent for quite some time. In the event that Costner does go, the show may promote Lucas to the position of older Dutton. It may take a few episodes for viewers to get used to the change, but he's already proven to be a great fit. Lucas, who plays John Dutton's son, would need to be aged up though, because he's just a few years older than co-stars Kelly Riley and Wes Bentley, who portrayed John Dutton's daughters. In any case, it seems like a solid choice. Still, let's see what happens next. And that's all we have on why Kevin Costner's leaving Yellowstone.